Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're embarking on the founder's journey. We're going to take that whole intimidating process of raising money and turn it into a clear, actionable voyage you can actually navigate.
So, you know how every great journey starts with a call to adventure? Well, for an entrepreneur, that call is a brilliant idea, that spark.
But almost immediately, every single founder runs smack into the same colossal wall. It's the one obstacle that stands between their vision and the real world. Yep, it's capital, plain and simple, getting the money. This is the first great wall every founder must scale, and it's exactly the challenge we're going to map out together today. Okay, let's really get into it. Before you can even think about setting sail on your fundraising quest, you've got to have a seaworthy vessel. And what I mean by that is building a rock-solid legal and financial foundation, right from the get-go. Your first big decision is your legal structure. And this is where you hit a really critical trade-off. You could go with something simpler like an LLP, but honestly, it's like building a raft. It might float, but it's not designed for the long haul, mainly because you can't easily hand out equity. If you're serious about fundraising, you need the rocket ship, a private limited company. It's built on a share-based structure, which is exactly what venture capitalists and other big investors are looking for. Next up, you need a map. Look, a great idea on its own, it's just not enough. You have to show investors you know how to navigate the financial waters. Following these 6 steps, this is how you create realistic projections that prove you've actually thought through how you're going to use their capital to grow. And hey, this isn't just for them, it's for you. So you can plan ahead, spot any shortfalls, and really monitor your progress. Okay, vessels built, maps in hand. Now it's time to actually chart a course. So let's explore the 3 main oceans of funding you can sail through. First up, venture capital. This is the path for founders who are aiming for just explosive, rapid growth. And you got to think of VCs as way more than just a bank. They're strategic partners. Sure, they provide capital in stages, but they also bring a ton of expertise and connections to the table to help you scale your operations at, lightning speed. Then you've got crowdfunding. This one is all about harnessing the power of the community. And really, it's not just about the money, it's about validation. When you raise funds directly from your future customers or supporters, you're basically proving there's a real market for your idea before you've even fully launched. It's huge. And then, of course, there are grants. Now, this is non-repayable funding, which sounds pretty amazing, right? No equity lost, but it's usually for very specific, mission-driven projects. Think arts, humanities, deep scientific research. And here's the catch. They come with super strict guidelines and are intensely competitive. So here's the most crucial point. There is no single best path. It's all about what's best for your venture specifically. Are you willing to trade a piece of your company, equity, for that rapid growth with VCs? Or do you think you can stand out in the super crowded world of crowdfunding? Maybe your project fits that narrow but really rewarding focus of a grant. You absolutely have to weigh the need for capital against all of these trade-offs. Okay, so no matter which path you choose, you need a way to attract support. You need like a siren song that just draws people to your cause. And your most powerful, most essential tool for that, it's a compelling story. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? A list of features, some financial projections, that stuff doesn't move people to act. But a great story, it absolutely does. It builds this emotional bridge, and it transforms a total stranger who's just kind of aware of what you're doing into someone who's giving you tangible support. It's all about building that empathy. And you should really think of it this way. Your story, your narrative, it's not just some window dressing you add on at the end. It is the rocket fuel. It's what propels your entire venture off the ground. It's what makes investors, customers, and partners truly believe in the journey you're on. So how do you actually craft that killer story? Well, it's not about playing the victim. It's about being the hero on a journey. Your story has to feel authentic, and it really needs to focus on resilience. You want to frame the narrative with a clear conflict, show the struggle, and then, this is key, show how their support helps achieve the resolution. You're making them a partner in your success. All right, so you've done it. You've secured your funding. But guess what? The journey isn't over. Not by a long shot. In a lot of ways, it's just beginning.
Now you have to navigate the vast, super competitive ocean of the modern media landscape just to get your story heard. Just let that number sink in for a second. $210 billion. According to KPMG, that's what top media and platform companies are estimated to spend on content in 2024 alone. That's the market you're competing in for attention. It's massive. And as you can see, this trend isn't slowing down at all. Content spending has been growing steadily. We're talking about 10% a year since 2020. So for you, as a founder, what does this mean? It means you're sailing into a crowded ocean, for sure, but also one that's incredibly rich with opportunity. The market is hungry for news stories. To really succeed here, you have to understand the two big forces at play. On one hand, you've got the traditional studio model, high investment, high barriers to entry. On the other, you have the modern platform model, which is all about individual creators and getting direct feedback from your audience. But here's the exciting part. The real, game-changing opportunities are popping up right where these two models are starting to blend together.
So there you have it. You've got a framework for the entire voyage ahead, from building your foundation to telling your story and navigating the market. You've got the map, you've got the tools, and you have a much better understanding of the seas you're about to sail into. The only question left is, where's your journey going to begin?